Hello friend, welcome to Engineer. In the last video, we see about a single objective function, and from now onwards, we are going to see about what are the various methods that we can use for solving that single objective function. Okay, so these are some methods, that is six methods that normally used for solving the single objective function, and these are the Newton's method, steepest direction method, Fletcher-Revie, penalty function, Lagrange multiplier, and then KKT method. So let's see it one by one. Initially, we start with the Newton's method. As what in the Newton's method we do, initially we initially we considered any xi point, that is this xi point, as our initial approximation point, and then we iterate it. After a certain iteration, we will conclude we will reach up to this x star point. So let's see how we do it. So suppose f of x is our function and this x star is our local minimum point of that function. So we know that if some x star is a local minimum point, then the gradient at that point is 0, means the slope of the line passing through that point is always 0. And let's suppose xi is the initial approximate solution that we considered for the calculation purpose, because at the initial stage we don't know our exact solution. So for calculating our exact solution, we considered some xi point somewhere on the graph on the downward position of our curve. Okay, so x star is the exact location of exact minimum point. So x star is the exact location and xi is the approximation. So there is a difference between these 2 points, and that is denoted by this one. So x star minus xi is nothing but error of that function. Okay, so what we have to our what is our aim is that we have to minimize this function, and we know that we are considering this x0 is our initial approximation point. Okay, so xi, so we I is replaced by 0, so we consider that x0 is our initial approximate solution. So means by using x0 we can solve our function, but we know that there is some error between our exact point and our approximation point. We consider this error. Okay, let's say this is our next best solution, means next minimum point. This is our initial, and this is some error that we considered that some error is there between our final approximation and initial approximation. And that when we add that error in our initial approximation, we think that we get our next best solution. So what we so just moving this x0 on this point, we will see that this is the error. Of course there is error because this is next best solution and this is initial best solution, so there must be error between these 2 points. So we can write it as function of xi, the function of xi is same as equals to function of x0 plus this error. Okay, so um, so so this is some theoretical part that I'm asking you to go through it because it is very simple. So we are just doing some mathematical stuff here, and you have to look at it because this formula is very useful while solving examples, because this is the formula that we are going to use for calculating our next best solution. So x0 is our initial best solution and xi our next best solution, and this is nothing but the Heisenberg matrix of initial one. Generally this is just the proof part. Actually this is the general form, that equation, that is xi plus 1 is equals to xi minus inverse of Heisenberg matrix at that point, initial inverse of Heisenberg matrix at the initial point, means initial best point, and then its gradient at that point. So as it's written here, this is the iterative formula for getting the optimal solution, because every time we have to iterate, because we don't know, initially we consider some approximate solution, so we have to iterate it number of time to get our best solution. Okay, so let's solve this question. What we have to do here, we have to minimize this function, as the function is given that 3x square minus 2x1 x2 plus x2 square plus x1. So this is the function given to us and we have to minimize this, and initial approximation is given that x0 equals to 1 1, means both the x1 and x2 is 1. So this is our initial approximation. So we know what are the various terms that we need to calculate for solving question is that the Hazen matrix, what are Hazen gradient and Hazen matrix. We need to calculate these two functions. So let's initially calculate it. So for calculating the gradient, we know that we have to partially differentiate this term initially with respect to x1 and later with respect to x2 get our gradient. After getting gradient, again calculate the double gradient of that function to get our Hazen matrix. Get our Hazen matrix. As as it is given that at initial approximation point is given to us. So let's calculate our gradient at the initial approximation point, which comes out to be phi and 0, which comes out to be phi and 0 as written here. And Hazen matrix, as Hazen matrix is there is no any variable term in that Hazen matrix, so we directly calculate it as we have to calculate the inverse of it. So we can calculate that inverse by according to this, which comes out to be every term is 1 by 4. Okay, so now what we have to calculate is our next best solution. How we gonna calculate that our next best solution, that by using that formula. As the formula is already stated here, that is x0 minus inverse of Hazen matrix and that their gradient at that point. So directly put all the values in this equation and we will get our next best solution is minus 1 by 4 and minus 1 by 4 both. After calculating x1 point, we have to see for whether it is our minimum point or maximum point, because we don't know. We just initially considered that x0 point as our minimum point, but we don't know about whether it is minimum or maximum. So how we calculate it? After getting our x1 point, means next best solution point, we calculated gradient, and that gradient, after calculating gradient was equals to 0 if it is minimum point. Also at the maximum point, gradient is also 0. But how we calculate? We calculate it Hazen matrix. After Hazen matrix, if Hazen matrix is positive definite, as we already discussed, if the Hazen matrix is positive definite, means the function is minimum at that point. If we are considering any point and we calculate the Hazen matrix of the function at that point, and if it comes out to be a positive definite, then our function at that point is at the minimum location. As in this question, our Hazen matrix comes out to be positive definite. So we can easily say that the function at x1 point, our function at x1 point is at the minimum location. So we can say that x1 is our minimum location, mean next best solution. So as this is the iterative process, the more accuracy you require, the more iteration you have to perform. But the procedure is, after getting x1, the same procedure we have to follow, that we put x1 here, we have to calculate the Hazen matrix at x1 point and its gradient at x1. When we put all those values here, we will get our next best solution. So this is it. This is the Newton's method, which is very easy, and you have to remember this, just this general formula. You have to remember this general formula. If you remember this, it's very easy to calculate your best solution. Okay, thank you.